Toyota 4Runner was first introduced in 1984 and it's now in its 5th generation. This 2008 model falls into the 4th generation that was sold from the 2003 to 2009 model year and saw a minor refresh for 2006. Although the 4Runner looks very similar to the Toyota Tacoma pickup, it's actually much more similar to the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado that's sold in other countries and the Lexus GX 470 that we get here in the United States, being built on the same platform as those two models. Styling on the 4th generation 4Runner is a significant departure from the prior 3 generations with a substantial increase in size and with a wider stance. It's got 9.1 inches of ground clearance and it continues to have a very sporty appearance with an aggressive front fascia, bulging fenders, and a slanted C-pillar. The design has aged well and it continues to be a popular model as it gets up there in age. This is the base SR5 trim package, but it's a heavily loaded model of the SR5, and it still offers a premium appearance with a chrome grille, chrome door handles, and a sporty set of 17-inch wheels. It's also got another chrome strip accentuating the rear hatch. Other trim levels include the Sport Edition, which offers a sportier appearance and upgraded suspension, the Limited model, which offers a number of additional luxury features, the Urban Runner with a number of unique styling alterations and additional interior features, and the Trail Edition, which has a locking rear differential, an all-terrain traction control system, and upgraded shocks. Looking inside, you'll see that we've got a really nice interior, huge improvement over the 3rd generation model in terms of material quality, build quality. Seats are a lot more comfortable and a much nicer level of available options and features. Driver's seat is manually operated with electronic lumbar support. We get power windows, power door locks, power mirrors. To the left of the steering column, we've got a locking center differential. We can turn the traction control on and off. We can also turn the airbags on and off for off-road driving. On the steering wheel, we've got audio controls on the left-hand side. Nice simple instrument cluster layout with our tachometer on the left, speedometer in the middle, fuel gauge and temperature gauge on the right. Center dash, we've got our audio system with AM/FM radio, satellite radio, 6-disc CD player, and auxiliary connection. We've got a clock below that, as well as our climate control with heat and air conditioning. Also got a heated rear windshield. We've got our 4-wheel drive controls here, electronically controlled with a low and high option. And just above that, we've got electronic control of the rear window. Little storage compartment here, 2 cup holders, gear shifter, another little storage compartment with a 12-volt outlet, hill descent control, some more storage space here, and then our center armrest opens up. We've got a lot of storage space inside. Self-dimming rear view mirror with a compass, compartment for sunglasses, also got the ability to program up to 3 garage door openers. We've got tilt and sliding sunroof, and we've got this cover here to provide shading for the sunroof. The rear seat is plenty spacious. Center seat back folds down into an armrest. We've also got 2 built-in cup holders and this little tray. Center console, we've got some vents to bring heat and air to the rear. And then our seats also fold up in a 60-40 split. They drop down flat in the floor in case you want to use this area for cargo instead of passengers. And they've also got 2 cup holders built into each side door. One really cool feature on the 4Runner is the trademark slide down rear window, and we can open that with the keyless entry, which is kind of cool. You can also use the keyhole here, turning the key one way or the other to open or close it. And then we've also got that button that's up there in the front. Go ahead and open up back, and you'll see that cargo space is quite impressive back here. The 4th generation model of the 4Runner is also the 1st generation available with the 3rd row seat. This model is not equipped with that, but kind of a cool feature. The 3rd row seat is pretty tight in terms of leg room, and it really restricts your cargo space as well, but still a nice option. Got little storage compartments built into either side here. Also got a storage compartment here, and we've got the little mirrors built in to the rear pillars as well. The 4th generation model of the 4Runner is available with either this 6-cylinder or with an 8-cylinder engine, and you get it either rear-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. On 6-cylinder models equipped with 4-wheel drive, they have a part-time 4-wheel drive system, and on the 8-cylinder models that have 4-wheel drive, it's got a full-time 4-wheel drive system. Early years of this 6-cylinder are paired to a 4-speed automatic transmission and see 245 horsepower and 282 pound-feet of torque. In 2005, the 4-speed automatic is replaced with a new 5-speed automatic, and those numbers are revised to 236 horsepower and 266 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy with the 6-cylinder is 15 miles per gallon in the city and 19 miles per gallon on the highway with 4-wheel drive, and you see a 1 mile per gallon bump in rear-wheel drive with a max tow capacity of 5,000 pounds. Now, one of the really cool things about the 4th generation model, the 4Runner, is that it's the only generation that was offered with an 8-cylinder engine. 8-cylinder models have a 4.7 liter V8 paired to a 5-speed automatic transmission. When it first came out, it offered 235 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque, but in 2005 it gets variable valve timing, and those numbers are revised to 268 horsepower and 315 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy with the 8-cylinder is 14 miles per gallon in the city and 17 miles per gallon on the highway in 4-wheel drive form, and you see a 1 mile per gallon bump in rear-wheel drive. Max tow capacity is 7,400 pounds, and with either the 6-cylinder or the 8-cylinder model, you're going to see a 0 to 60 time somewhere in the 7 to 8 second range. The 4th generation 4Runner has grown quite a bit over the 3rd generation model, maybe lost a little bit of its trail credentials as a result, but the upside is that it's much nicer on asphalt. I think that the wider wheel track and the fact that it's built on that same chassis as the Land Cruiser Prado and the Lexus GX 470 really makes for a much nicer ride. Likewise, the cabin is a lot more spacious, your seats aren't so squished, and it's just a really nice vehicle to drive. And although it's not as off-road capable maybe as the 3rd generation, I'd say that it's still going to be very capable. You've got 9.1 inches of ground clearance, got the available 4-wheel drive system with a low range option, we've got the center locking differential, we've got hill descent control, and if you go with some of those other trim packages, you've got the available locking rear differential, and we've got upgraded shocks that are available. So maybe not as capable on those really narrow trails as the 3rd generation, but still really capable nonetheless. Now, of course, one of the best things about 4Runners is that they've got that great reputation for long-term reliability and durability. And for a vehicle that's got 125,000 miles, it's really impressive how solid this still feels. Steering's got a nice tight feel to it. Powertrain is showing no signs of weakness. It feels really solid. Likewise, the transmission is very smooth. And just everything about the vehicle has a really high quality, stout feel to it. The downside is that 4Runners hold their resale value quite well, and so if you're in the market for a used 4Runner, they're very expensive. The good thing is that they're well built and they're gonna last for a long time. All right, time for an acceleration test here. That's 40, 50, and 60. And that's not flooring it, it's just putting down a good amount of pressure, and I don't think there's any lack of power, even with this being the 6-cylinder. The 8-cylinder obviously offers more power. You're going to have more horsepower, more torque. It's going to have that higher tow capacity, and it's really cool that the 4th generation model is available with that option in case you want to do towing, but I don't think that this 6-cylinder is going to be lacking for most people. The other thing that's really nice about the 6-cylinder is that it's got a timing chain, whereas the 8-cylinder model has a timing belt. So just one more maintenance issue you're going to have to keep in mind with the 8-cylinder, but both really good powertrains in either case. The other thing that I think is also pretty impressive about the 8-cylinder is that the fuel economy isn't that much worse with the 8-cylinder. You're looking at 15 and 19 on a 4-wheel drive model with the 6-cylinder, 14 and 17 with the 8-cylinder, so you're not losing a whole lot for that additional power. So all around, the 4th generation 4Runner is a really nice vehicle to drive, a huge improvement over the 3rd generation in terms of the ride quality. It's a lot more smooth, it's a quieter cabin, more comfortable seats, nicer level of luxury and tech features, and just overall it's got a much more solid feel than what you got with the 3rd generation. The 3rd generation is nice because it's a lot smaller, and so going down those really narrow trails, tight roads, it's going to do better than this larger vehicle, but for that day-to-day use, this one's definitely where it's at. So that's a look at the 4th generation model of the Toyota 4Runner. Maybe not as iconic as other generations of the 4Runner, but still a really solid vehicle all around. And the fact that it's not as iconic as other generations means that the pricing is also quite a bit better. And it's still a very stylish vehicle. It's very sporty, it's very rugged looking, it's a very capable SUV. Two great powertrains, both the 6-cylinder and the 8-cylinder are silky smooth. They've got a lot of power, decent fuel economy, and of course a great reputation for long-term reliability and durability. Although the 4th generation grows quite a bit over the 3rd generation, that means that it's much more spacious inside, it's more comfortable, it's nicer to drive, and it's got a nice level of standard options and features. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. For more car and truck reviews, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, thanks for watching.